Okay, so this is the beginning of turn 2. So we start with the rally phase. There are no support weapons, so we're going to jump right to self-rallying. So the way I read this, it says both sides may attempt to self-rally. Attacker first. Eligible units with a box around their broken side morale level. Well, the unit we have is not. But then the very next sentence says, the attacker only may attempt to self-rally one multi-man counter. So I read that as, I'm going to attempt, with my 2 dice, to seven. Okay. So I believe that is a rally. Okay, so it's the start of the movement phase. I have my reinforcements right here. Okay. And what I'm going, oh, take this off. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've already checked a few line of sights. This unit is going to, I think this is the, let me just double check before movement. It's prep fire. Okay, so before we get into movement, technically that would still have the CX on it. We're going to prep fire here. Look, from here to here, the range is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is a line of sight that is a strength of 4. They are in a wooden building. Okay. So we look here. They didn't move. There is no hindrance. There is no leader direction. And they're in a wooden building, so it's a +2, a strength of 4. And they don't have a leader, so I think it's just a straight +2 to the dice roll. And we rolled a 7, so that's probably not good. 7 on 4 is a 9. Well, +2 is a 9. So no effect. So now they have fired. I was hoping to disrupt them a little bit because what I'm going to try doing is just rushing this building and getting into close combat. And that way I can try it out. Okay, so that was prep fire phase. Okay, so now we go to the movement phase. We do that. We'll start here, move 2. There is a line of sight, but the range is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, so they can't shoot at them. Their range is 3. 1, 2, 3. There is no line of sight here. Corner blocks that, and there's no line of sight there. So I think that they are able to move into that building no problem. Now, this unit, oh, I was going to take a prep fire phase. Oh. No, because they still had the CX modifier. So, well, anyway, we're going to move 2, at which point they can take defensive fire. There's no line of sight there, no line of sight, no line of sight. And so we have a strength of 7, the -1. Okay. They're in open terrain. They get this modifier, so it's -2. Okay, with a 7, which puts them also, oh, it puts them on the 6th column. And they roll a 10. -2 is 8. And 8, they get a pin check, right? PTC? A pin test check. by making a dice roll less than or equal to the unit's morale level. Okay? So, let's check the bottom one. 9, not good. And 6. Okay, so this unit, I believe, is pinned. Do I have a pin counter? I think they have to stop their movement there. This unit is not. They're going to move into this building, which will trigger defensive fire from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they were moving. Okay, so there's no leader bonus. -1 for moving, but now they're in. It appears again to be wooden. These colors are very hard to tell. I wish there was another indicator on here. It looks like wooden, maybe stone. I'm going to play it as wooden. +2, so it's a total of a +1 modifier. Strength of 7, so we're going to be rolling on the 6th chart. 7 + 1 is 8. And TB. So I'm going to check to see if they're pinned here. 3, no they are not. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it in the box. 6, no they are not. Okay. So all of that is done. Now they have fired. Okay, so first off, I finally noticed the difference between a wooden building, clearly brown, and a gray building, clearly stone. So moving forward, we'll do that correctly. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to bring my reinforcements on now. And my plan is to assault this building here. They can't throw smoke. I was thinking of throwing smoke, but they don't have that smoke coefficient or whatever they call it. So I'm going to move 2, 4. This unit is now going to take a defensive fire. So they're moving with -1. They're in a stone building +3. So that is a net +2. Strength of 3 against on the 2 column. Excuse me, rolls a 5 + 2 is 7. So 7 is no effect. Okay. So they now have first fire. And then I'm going to move another 1. So that's 2, 4, 5. And they're going to get a point blank, which, first of all, so they're going to fire again, right? So they're halved and then doubled. So they're at 3. There's the first fire moving in open and first fire non-assault movement. So that's -2 to the dice roll. There's no pluses added, okay? So they're halved and doubled. So they're going to be on the 3 with a -2 on their dice roll. I roll an 8. And I think that's going to cause them to cower, which moves them back 1, right? There's no leader, and they rolled a double. And 8 - 2 is 6, so it clearly made a difference. So no effect. if I got that correct already. And that is then final fire for them. They're done moving. I don't think they get to shoot. This unit does have line of sight, range of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are within range. So they're at 7 with a -2 as well. Okay. So they're going to roll on the 6 with a -2. I don't see anything else. Okay, so they rolled a 3. The -2 is a 1. Ouch. 3 KIA. One, 2, and 3. And it says as many targets as the number indicated are eliminated randomly. All remaining target units are automatically broken and suffer casualty reduction. If already broken, mark all broken units with the DM. I'm just trying to figure out how I do this randomly. I just think I'm just going to pull them in my hand and because I want to see if the leader survives. If the corporal does. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. And the first one that is eliminated, bang, gone. Gone. I guess I could have pulled a survivor out, would have been faster. I'm looking away, mixing them up, and we'll take this one. Boom. So, he's left. And he's broken. That's a major ouch. Wow. Okay, put those back in the bag. They're done. Okay, so this German's turn isn't over. I still have the route phase. So this unit can route, and I can go to closest building, not moving any closer to an enemy. So I could not move there because I would be closer to that enemy, even though it's technically not closer than this one. So I could either go here or I could go here. Let's go here. Okay, so that's the route. 2 movement factor. You have 6, so they're not eliminated. That leader routes into that building. Yeah, there's no close combat and there's no advance phase. Here we have Sergeant O'Brien. They are going to double time up the road, okay? So they come in on the north edge of the map, along the north edge, and their movement, with leader at 6, okay, with leader at 7. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And since I've moved my complete turn on a road, I get 1 more. So let's count out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. That's the movement phase. Oh, these come off. Again, I'm going to slow down because the prep fire phase and fire attack. I did have one here into there. And it's worth taking, right? He doesn't have one. I'm going to move him over. We'll just leave them there. And they will get to fire on that pinned unit. Okay. So, let's go ahead and start with this unit here. Range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? When they shot last time, I didn't even check the range. So that was clearly a mistake. Yeah, so this unit actually isn't pinned. It's actually here. Okay. But here we're going to go ahead and fire. So it's 3 with a -3 because of the stone building. So we're going to roll on the 2 column with a -3 roll. Okay, so again, I need to slow way down. So the first phase is the rally phase. So this guy actually gets a chance to rally. And I rolled a 7. Is it a 7? So corporal rallies. That's corrected. Yeah, still tons of mistakes. Okay, let's bring this back over here so we can see. And now they're going to fire at him. Okay. So again, it's going to be on the 2 with a +3. 6, 7, 8, 9. No effect. Prep fire. Okay. Now they've moved. They're going to move. I don't think a leader can fire. Doesn't have a firepower. These units are just going to defend. And this could have done a defensive fire, which I'm still in that phase, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are actually in range. There's a +1 hindrance. So the defensive fire here. So they're -2. +1, so it's -1. There is no leader. It's a -1. With an 8. I rolled a 9, which is an 8. On an 8 is a normal morale check. Okay. So we have a -1 on the morale check. Does the CX come into play on a morale check? Okay, I couldn't find anywhere where the CX being exhausted affects your morale check. So we'll start with this one here. So it's 7 -1. As an 8, -1 is 7. They are okay. Let's just call it this one. Now we'll go here. And they're okay. Bring the next one. I probably should check the leader first, huh? Well, the leader would have passed. First one passed. The next one, 8 -1, passes. And then the last one passes. Okay, so they all pass. Okay, so he's gonna have to maybe get over here so he can lead those guys. Maybe lead them to the same fate. No, there is no firing. We already figured that one out. We did the movement. There's nothing there. They could fire on them. They can actually fire on him too at half because there is a line of sight there. So let's go ahead and take that shot as well. So they're moving at -1, but they're not in the open. There's hindrance. So +1, and they're halved to 4. So -1, +1, and they're in a stone building. So +3 on this dice roll. On the 4 column. I rolled a 10. That's nothing. Okay. So now that's final fire. Let's go check our phases. All right, we've done the rally, we've done the prep, we've done movement with defensive fire. Defensive fire phase. I guess this unit also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could have done defensive fire phase as well. So that's a 4. -1. And so +3. So let's just check that. No, they did nothing. And then we can go into defensive fire, which is basically the same thing, but now it's going to be at +4. Yeah, that's nothing. Again, right, defensive fire, so they can do half, which goes from 4 down to 2. And then it's +3. So 10 is nothing. Okay, I got that right. Okay, after defensive fire, advancing fire phase. Okay, so if I get this correct, this unit can fire advancing fire phase. I think this unit can fire here. So before we do that, I would have taken that shot. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Again, some of this stuff's out of sequence, but this is how I learn. Okay, so it's 7. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. In a stone building. So it's 4 + 3. 10. And that's nothing. So they fired. Now they're going to get an advancing fire phase, which they can do half of there. So that becomes 3.5, which puts them in the 2 column. +3. Is a 7. Nothing. Okay. Now, nobody needs to do a route check. There is no advance. There is no close combat. I think I got through this turn, and this is where we are. Okay. I'll go ahead and remove the fire. We won't need that for the beginning of the next turn. And that stays where it is. Okay, so that is the end of turn 2. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. If you see any obvious errors, I know I got things out of sequence, but any obvious errors or anything, put it in the comments. And I'm trying to learn this. You know, they say best way to learn the game is have somebody teach it to you. Well, I want to learn it myself. I still can play with people maybe online that could teach me. There's a lot of resources online. But for me, I like to be able to ponder things at my own pace and kind of figure things out slowly before I go bother somebody else and take their time to learn something. So hopefully you found this entertaining and maybe learned something. You know, this young man did. The corporal. Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now.